I thought I would take the lead. Good morning first off. Thanks for allowing me to be here. I think, for me, this is my off-season home. It's my permanent home. My kids grew up here. A little bit about myself. I grew up on the island of Maui, in a beautiful place we all call Hawaii. Growing up there, I think I saw a lot of struggle. I saw a lot of, living in a place like Vegas now. I see the word, I always use it, exposure. There's so much more exposure here than growing up on the island of Maui, in regards to who I am and what I am. Obviously, growing up there, I had, still to this day, I have great parents who support me and continue to, who work 2 jobs, who, every day went about, providing for myself, my brother, my family, sending me to a private school. Financially it was tough. But again, he talked about faith and all those kind of things that is because of him. And I fast forward to what, who I am and what I am. Obviously winning the World Series. We all understood what happened on April 15th there in Boston, the Boston Marathon. And to tell you on that day, if you had told me that at the end of the season that we would be World Series champions, I would have told you no chance. And the reason why I say that is because we weren't the best team. We weren't the most talented team. But what we were a team. So just like I look around, I look in this room, I look at business, I look at all those kind of things, and who we are and what we are. I see myself as a business. You guys are all business, men and women. You have to work as a team, bottom line. And if your team doesn't work, you're not going to be successful. So I take that every day in life, is that whether it be a father, whether it be a husband, whether it be a teammate, I look at all those kind of things and I put them all together in one basket, and I work together as a team each and every day to be who I am and successful in what I do. And it's not about me. I think it's about you guys this morning. It's about being here. Coach talked about, the nuggets that he uses. I use one thing in life, and that's to keep myself every day, the struggles that I think about growing up, in Maui. There were some similarities that he talked about that hit me near and dear to my heart. One was Qualcomm Stadium, was where he got his first chance. Guess where I got my first chance? Was in Qualcomm Stadium in 2003 at the San Diego Padres. That was one similarity. A second similarity was he talked about quitting. I can rewind and go back to 2004. I was in the same position. I had gotten called up as a 22-year-old, living life to the fullest, thinking, yes, I'm going to be a big leaguer at 22 years old. I'm living the life. Well, I got sent back down that following year to minor leagues. Juggle the act of, am I ever going to get that opportunity to play again? And going back to what I said, the backbone of who I am are my parents. So I called home and I said, hey, Dad, I think I'm done. I'm not having fun. And you always told me, when you're not having fun in life, it's time for you to quit. So I said, well, Dad, I'm not having fun. But his other cliche to me was, I told you never be a quitter. And so now I'm juggling the act, and I got one phrase from my dad that says this, and I got a phrase that says that. And so I looked at it and I said on the phone again, and it was one of those days that I'll never forget in my mind. I love talking about similarities between 2 successful people. And I sat there and I said, okay, Dad, here we go. You told me never, if I'm not having fun, to quit. But yet you told me never to be a quitter. So how are we going to come to this solution? He said, well, son, let's put it this way. I did tell you never to be a quitter. Life's not all about fun. We're all going to understand that. Business is not always fun. Trust me, my career is not always fun. I don't walk out there every day going, yeah, I love my job. In my heart, I love my job. But trust me, there's nights where I look around and I struggle with the fact of who I'm facing, who we're playing, are we going to be able to do this? And so I revert back to that day and I said to my dad, I said, okay, Dad, here we go. I want you to make a final decision for me. So he said, son, I'll always welcome you home with open arms. You can always come home, you know that. But the second you step foot on this island, you're not going back. So I went to bed that night. Got up the next morning. Said, okay, I'm going to give it one more shot. Went out there, had a pretty good game. The next day I think I had like 2 or 3 hits, and I'm like, yes, I can do it. So I kept moving forward. Not saying that's who I am today and why I'm where I'm at. But Coach talked a little about, having that finish line and never giving up. If I stand up here and you guys can obviously see me when I walk in the room, I'm not the biggest guy. But I have the biggest heart. I have the biggest drive. I can tell you right now, nobody's going to outwork me. I look around the room and I think to myself, when I'm done with baseball, I look for you guys in the eyes and go, yeah, I want to take your job. And I say that with the utmost respect because you know what? You guys drive. And when I was asked to do this, about a month ago, I told my wife it's a no-brainer to be able to come in this room to talk to you guys about life lessons, about driving me. People think, okay, I play the game of baseball. Yeah, I do. But trust me, it's a business. And I look at it as a business. And I look around the room, as I said a second ago, and I think to myself, like, someday I want to be in your guys' shoes. And you guys might look at me like I'm crazy. But I honestly do. I mean, there's a drive inside of me that when I'm done with baseball, I want to go be the CEO of a company. I want to go and do those kind of things. Because that's something that I've always wanted to do and I've always tried to do. So when I got the opportunity to talk about business, it's hard. I don't know anything about business. I see my job as business. And then when I say that, I spent 7 years in Philly. And I thought, okay, I've cemented myself, in Philly. I think I'm going to be here for the rest of my career. Well, I got a rude awakening that I was no longer, part of their plan for the future. And on that day, when I got that and started the spring training, we said, my agent and I got together and I said, okay, let's approach the Phillies about staying here. And they said, yeah, you know what, we'll play out the season, we'll see how it goes. And so the thing that I poured my heart, my soul, everything, winning the World Series there, it's a business. And when I look at it every single day, and when I got the opportunity to go to Boston last year, I said one thing in mind, and that was to be the best I could be. And to go out there and play and have fun, understand that, there's business decisions that we all make in life. And my decision was to go to Boston and try to be the best player I can be. I left it all on the field, and at the end of the year, we were world champs. But I put all those things in one basket, and I look and I sit here, I think about those kind of things, and I look at business as one thing. We all are our own business. We're a brand. I'm a brand. And I go out there with an opportunity with the mindset that, you know what? If I don't work together as a team and I don't have faith in my team, then we're all not going to be successful. No matter how many guys are walking out on the field, how many guys go out there with that opportunity to take the field. As coach, I've had that luxury. And I'm blessed. Not because I rolled out of bed and said, hey, I'm going to be almost a 10-year Major League Baseball player. No, absolutely not. But the finish line is what I saw. I grew up as a kid on Island Maui. I looked at it as a business from when I was however big till today. And working every single day, and getting that opportunity to be a Major League Baseball player, there's no better dream. But when it's all said and done with, now what am I going to do? I want to get in business. I want to do those kind of things. And what drives you guys? Who knows? But I know one thing. There's a man upstairs that blesses us each and every day with the opportunity to go to work, get up every morning with good health, loving families. And that's what motivates me to do what I do. Not because I truly am gifted and I'm talented. No, we told that out the doors because I have a goal to work hard each and every day. So,